2025 is a huge year for Marvel. So, how does it start? With Spider-Man. How's the show? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to Nerddom. My name is Matt. Thank you so much for being here today. And yeah, we just finished episodes 1 and 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's quite a mouthful. I'll just say the new Spider-Man show. And yes, this is going to be a huge year for Marvel and Disney. And this is the first project that they have releasing. This is, I do believe, the first Spider-Man project without Sony's involvement since they lost the television rights to Spider-Man. Not sure when, but this is the first time that Marvel is going at it alone for that. Now, we've seen Spider-Man in a couple different universes. We, of course, have the MCU, countless other animated projects, as well as Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, or whatever that movie is called. And the third one's not even coming out on those until God knows when. And this project kind of has a really weird past. This was supposed to be Spider-Man like freshman year or something. This was supposed to show the background of Tom Holland's MCU Spider-Man, but according to the Wikipedia IA, Disney announced the series as Spider-Man Freshman Year back in November of 2021 with Trammell attached. It was originally intended to be set in the main MCU continuity, but, and this is a very, very big but, the creative team found this too restrictive and decided to move it into an alternate timeline, allowing the series to explore familiar ideas and characters in new ways. It was retitled Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man by December 2023, and it's a 3D cel-shaded animation, pays homage to the art style of the Amazing Spider-Man comic books by Steve Ditko and John Romita Sr. You can definitely see the Romita influence on this Peter Parker design for sure, but a lot of the other characters, we'll just say they're unique. But yeah, it was supposed to be the first year, basically a year before we met the Peter Parker of the MCU, and I thought that it was supposed to be Tom Holland reprising his role, and they just thought it wasn't creative enough. I think there was a lot of creativity that you could have gotten into, but you just wanted to do something a little bit different, didn't you? And yes, here we go. It does play off of some of the MCU that we know of. Let's say his introduction into Civil War. There is a mirror scene with this one, except instead of Tony Stark being the mentor figure in that regard, this one's Norman Osborn. And if you know anything from Norman Osborn from the comics, he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy. We also have a new version of Dr. Connors, aka the Lizard, in which she is studying energy with Peter Parker. We also have one of the Runaways playing his best friend. Haven't really read any of the Runaways comics, so I don't know much about her. And I can't tell if she has a crush on Peter or a crush on Peter's crush. Can't tell. But yeah, I thought the initial setup was quite good, and I was actually intrigued by the way that Peter was getting this power. It was basically a symbiote creature, at least that's what it looked like, or a type of spider. Maybe it was a super spider from a different universe or something. And Doctor Strange, a very well designed Doctor Strange, was fighting it in this world, in which the destruction of Midtown High, which is this is his first year there. It's actually orientation. The entire high school is demolished basically because of this fight with Doctor Strange and this weird symbiote alien. So after that, all the kids are transferred out of that school and into normal schools. So that's kind of where we meet up with Peter, and he's at a new high school. I guess this would be the high school that he would be going into if he wasn't going to Midtown. So, and we see Peter get bit, and then we catch up with him later. He already has the Spider-Man persona per se. He already has the web shooters. We see that in the credits. It's like just skips right to the part where it's like, okay, now he's gonna start fighting bad guys or something. I don't know what I just said right there. And it does still parallel a bunch of stuff that we see in the MCU. So him catching the car before it runs into the bus. We see, like I said, the introduction with Tony Stark. It's instead Norman Osborn. And it's because he actually saved Harry Osborn, which we haven't seen again since the first issue. First issue? God, I've been reading too many comics. I read a lot of comics in the last couple weeks. In the first episode, he actually saves Harry Osborn from a group of baddies. And yeah. So I have a feeling that I don't think Norman knows that he is Spider-Man until very dumbassly Peter changes right in front of a security camera at Oscorp into his spider suit. And it's quite possible that is Oscorp now going to fund, and is Peter then going to be a part of Oscorp because he saved his son? You know, that's just me guessing right now off the bat. I really don't know what's going to happen. But one thing I will say about the show is that it's actually kind of boring. The fighting is okay. Apparently, Peter's just the coolest kid at school, and everyone's really cool at school too. Like even the jocks are wanting to do better in life and super nice and kind. Except in this dude's own neighborhood, which we then see a cop pull up to him and like act weird, like act like Lonnie is out of place. Like, this is my neighborhood, dude. I live right there and you're following me. Very, very weird choices going on with this show. Also, when Peter arrests a woman who was stealing money from a pizza joint, I totally thought it was gonna go, there was a help wanted sign. I totally thought they were gonna be like, you know, she needed money so much, you know, would you give her a job? And the pizza owner would be like, heck yeah, you know, she shows tenacity, just don't steal my shit again. Yeah, I thought that would be kind of funny because Peter kind of talks him out of pressing charges. It's like she really just she needed food or whatever. She needed that. So he's like, hey, I have a job available. Do you want it? But instead, this show just kind of makes a brain dead decision of like, lets her go. And then she's still broke and she's still hungry. Like, what? There's some weird choices here. There's some weird choices. I don't even know if Nico has a crush on Peter, but she's kind of a dick. Peter just got a really awesome internship at freaking Oscorp, and you're forcing him to stay at the football game? Like, I don't know. It's just very weird decisions here being made. Honestly, I really do like Lonnie. Like, he seems like a really cool dude, and of course, Lonnie Lincoln is a Spider-Man nemesis, Tombstone, which I remember a certain way. This is exactly how I remember him. Yep, this is it. That's how I remember him. Tombstone. Yes, sir. So, okay, we get it. He is a Spider-Man villain, but he's acting super duper nice right now. So it's revealed that Pearl is kind of like a senior right now in high school, and she's dating Lonnie, who, again, seems like a cool dude. And Peter is completely jealous until he starts hanging out with Lonnie, and Lonnie actually shows interest in science, and he actually thinks Peter's pretty cool, and he seems like a chill dude. And you even see Lonnie come home and help his parents, and he's just got a, you know, real good head on his shoulders as a kid. That's really awesome. It just seems like he's not in good circumstances. He has to take the train all the way back home, and it's a pretty far trek. Seems like a seedy neighborhood, sort of. So I really wish, I guess he was in a better situation, but maybe his family's on hard times. And yeah, the scene on the train, the old lady like not wanting to sit next to him. He's not a bad, I know what it's trying to say. It's just lazy as that's it. That's what I'm getting from this show so far, is that it's just lazy. I don't know if it's meant to be a kid's show. I really don't. Is it supposed to be a kid's show? Is this I don't, what's the point? What's the point of this show? Is the point of this show, I know the point of this show. It is, please don't cancel your Disney Plus membership. Please, please, we have Daredevil coming out in March. We have Daredevil. You don't need to cancel your Disney Plus show. We have your Disney Plus membership. We have lots of stuff. We have lots of stuff coming out. Please don't cancel, please. That's basically what this show is saying. So I'm going to keep rolling with it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reviewing this every week. I had an okay time with it. There was a couple of scenes that I was chuckling at, but man, I don't know what the point of the show is so far. I guess to tell a different Spider-Man story, you know. Is it an interesting Spider-Man story? I guess we skipped past a lot of the parts that I wish we saw. But again, how many times are we gonna see Spider-Man become Spider-Man? You know, maybe I'm just an old dude and this is a brand new introduction of a Spider-Man character to a brand new generation. So they need to see an origin story again. And oh, here you go. It is a different origin story. So it's not a bio-engineered spider. This is an alien spider. So now he has powers, that kind of thing. And then we already have the reveal of Spider-Man to an Osborn. And I'm going to keep rolling with it. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it weekly, but I just wanted to talk about first couple episodes, and just what I noticed is that it just seems kind of lazy, the story-wise. It seems very odd, and the choices of characters is, I guess they're trying something new. I was actually really happy to see Doctor Strange and that whole fight, because it's kind of MCU Doctor Strange rules. You know, he's got the same power set there and it looks just like the MCU. So I'm like, oh, this is like an alternate parallel line to the MCU. And then we take a dramatic turn off of that. But there is Iron Man. There is Tony Stark. You see in May's car, there's an Iron Man rearview mirror charm thing. So there's that, and there's a bunch of other heroes apparently already doing their thing. Let's talk about the art style a little bit. I like the designs. I think the art style is a little bit difficult to get used to at first. I would say I warmed up to it around the second episode. It started feeling normal and natural to me. The action scene with the flamethrower dude, I actually was having a good time with that one. So that was in the second episode. And yeah, it was really cool having Peter save all the animals and stuff. I liked that a lot. That was probably the highlight of my time with this show so far, was that fight. I think it showed really who Peter is, and he's jokey and stuff, but otherwise, I'm not getting a good feeling from it so far. I'm not getting a good feeling. I want to see, we got 10 episodes, by the way. I want to see where this story goes, and I want to see if it's going to be worth it. Like, what was the point of this project if it wasn't going to be MCU created? Well, and what creative constraints was Disney holding you into with the MCU that you couldn't do? You know, could you not have a Dr. Connors or a Norman Osborn or anything like that? What is the point of these characters instead of what we got, or what they were planning to initially do? So that is going to be the interesting part for me. It looks like the show is going to go on for couple weeks. What the fuck? So their release schedule is a little freaky. There's 3 episodes coming out next week. The week after is 3 episodes, and then the week after, which is February 19th, is 2 episodes. Very, very, very weird release schedule, but it looks like they just want to cram it all in to 4 weeks and get it over with, because right around that corner, we do have Captain America, Brave New World. So this show is going to be carrying us into the next Marvel thing, which hoping for something good, and we'll let you know how it is February 13th when I go see it. But let me know your thoughts on your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Are you a huge Spider fan? Are you a big Marvel fan? What do you think of the show, the art style, the characters, the writing, everything above and below? If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Really does help out the channel get pushed out to new people. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of lukewarm on it so far, but curious. Take care. Have a great day.